Okay, so today I thought I would channel some fun, and I am bringing in a 4-star review from Amazon.com for the card game Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, okay. 4 stars, though.
Have you ever played?
I have played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about it after. This is written by
Okay.
Donna, and Donna's subject is fun game, but too many words to look up.
Okay.
This is a verified purchase, and it was written December 21st, 2015. Here we go. This game was all the buzz, and I have played it a couple of times at parties, and I finally decided to buy my very own box of Cards Against Humanity. The game is messed up, but it is absolutely hilarious. Although I think the game is kind of hit and miss because not everyone really gets into it, and not because it's inappropriate or anything, but sometimes it kind of gets boring, surprisingly enough, but mostly because there are a lot of words that are not in people's regular vocabulary. So when someone plays a card that no one knows a word's definition, it kind of puts a damper on things, ... Overall, I do like the game, but you've got to get right crowd of people to play to make it fun and interesting. I have played it with people where would just laugh the whole time and played it with people where it was just a couple laughs here and there. I like the game, but I don't like how I have to pull out my dictionary app to try and understand the cards I have. And if it is a funny card, it doesn't get chosen because people don't immediately know what the word means. But I usually have people switch out cards if they come across something they don't know the definition of. Guess I should extend my vocabulary or something.
All right, Donna. Mamma mia.
Two people found this helpful.
I think there were some interesting things in Donna's review. I like that she described Cards Against Humanity as messed up but hilarious, because I think that's like a really good synopsis of the game. Like it's messed up but it's funny.
Correct. Yes.
I think where Donna lost me a little bit is, so I've played Cards Against Humanity. I can't remember there being a lot of words that I didn't know. Do you remember that?
So I picked this review because I found a bunch of reviews that really split down the middle about like, this is so inappropriate. I'm offended. I'm calling my pastor. And then other people that were like, this is the best thing in the world. It's so funny. But this one really stood out because Donna talks about their vocabulary. And yes, I own 2 sets of Cards Against Humanity, actually. I bought one for my sister. I bought the expansion packs. I bought the Jewish expansion packs. I bought the Pride expansion packs. So I know a lot about this game. And yes, there are often times where I will get a card and it feels very niche, or it feels very like of 2017, like something pop. So there are times, I don't know that it would be like an adjective.
Yeah,
that
like what is she talking about? Like,
but
American,
like sometimes,
like what, like is it?
Yeah, like it. I'm unsure of what it is they're looking up in the dictionary, but yes, there are sometimes there are like pop culture, or there's celebrities, or there's like weird things that maybe not everyone would know. But I don't know. It seems possible to me. I don't know if it's probable.
Yeah, I don't know how to say the following without throwing shade at Donna, so I'm going to try to figure this out. I feel like
what are you thinking?
That Donna is, I'll say, the French vanilla of like her friend group. I think that Donna really falls in the middle here, and she has like a lot of friends that are like vanilla. She's French vanilla. She has a lot of friends that are like vanilla, and then she's like the French vanilla of the vanillas, or she has a lot of friends that are like Rocky Road and, you know, like very fun and effervescent, and she's the vanilla of that group. Like, I think she falls somewhere in the middle, because it's interesting to me that it seems like when Donna plays the game with the more eccentric friends, she has a good time. But when Donna is around her other group of friends where she has to sort of lead, it's not as fun because Donna can't really hold that position.
Well, I do. There's two things I want to say about that comment. I do. Maybe Donna's too in their head.
Right,
when
that's
they're
what
the
I'm
one
saying.
hosting the event. But I also have experienced really raucous rounds with a certain group of people, and then sort of like, you know, kind of funny tittery. But I also think that sometimes it'll be like sexual euphemisms that like I don't really understand. Like you can sort of deduce like a rusty trombone. Like I don't know what that is, but I know it's some sort of funny thing. So like,
and I also think that that's part of the game too, is like playing to whoever the judge is. Like if you're like, I don't really know what a rusty trombone is, but like Lauren's the judge and she's real raunchy, so she probably knows what it is, then you want to throw it in during that round.
And that's what I was going to say, is that sometimes the humor is found in things that are completely unexpected or completely mismatched, because we like to play with a banana where we just put in a random card and sometimes that one will get picked, but it's the banana that's sitting on the table.
Yeah, no, I do that sometimes. It's fun.
And we've literally had rounds where the banana has won.
Yeah, because it's fun to see like, okay, what happens if we just throw a random card in here? It's like, is that one? I've done that too, but I usually like have it be, you know, Bella or Goldie who are playing.
So like on our roster here, do you think that Donna's review, which is a 4-star review, do you think that there's value here?
I think there's value in the sense that they're pinning the whole mess up and hilarious thing. They're warning you that like there might be some words that you don't know, which I guess you're saying, I don't really remember that being the case for me, but if that's true, then you know, that's information. It was a little bit complainy for a 4-star. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. I'm not left with the feeling of 4 stars.
Right, because it seems like this dictionary issue is almost a deal breaker for Donna. It's like it really takes me out of it.
And honestly, like the last sentence I think is so funny. Guess I should extend my vocabulary or something. Like that seems like Donna isn't happy about that, but I think that could be positive. Someone could be like, oh, this is great. Like I can learn vocabulary words. There was also one really funny review, but it wasn't good for the show, but about these parents that bought it for their teenager and how they were like standing on the other side of the wall listening and how they were learning a lot about what their children know that they didn't anticipate them knowing. But it was a positive spin on that review that like it's fun to play with them, to see sides of them that they don't show us, which I thought was interesting. But that's a positive spin, and there is a sort of negative spin here with Donna. At least that's how I'm perceiving
I like that she fests up to the house rules. I always like to know people's house rules, like the banana for you. And she said that she does a house rule where she lets people swap out cards that they don't know. So I thought that at least says that the game is adaptable to some degree.
And I've had games like that as well, where then if you don't know it, you have to share it and say that you don't know what it is. Which is positive spinning here. Maybe Donna would take that on. The spelling and grammar, there were a couple of grammar. There were a couple of spelling glitches in here.
Not everyone into
also
it.
Also one very long.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also one very long run-on sentence that was confusing for my brain to look at. But I get the point here. And I think that Donna's being truthful, especially because it is 4 stars. Like, Donna really is presenting, like, maybe there's something that I'm not bringing to the table that the dictionary has to help me with. I don't think they're being shady about the game. I think they're actually saying, like, it's hilarious and it's messed up. It's 4 stars. It's fun. But if you just want to be having fun and not education, then maybe, you know, take an SAT prep class.
Right. Although I don't know that these words would be on the SATs. All right. Anything else we should consider for Donna before we crown her?
No, I mean, do you think that other people have this experience?
I think some people might have this experience. What I'm wrapping my head around as I go into crowning is, the useful factor here, and like under what circumstances this helpful in deciding whether or not I want to purchase the product. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to crown it. Yeah.
Let's crown it. Okay, here we go. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 0 to 5 crown cards. In an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our rating.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
All right. Okay, 2.5 crowns, 2.5 crowns.
Oh. Wait, no, sorry. I went the wrong way. I meant to do that one. I flipped it the wrong way.
Trey's holding up 1.5 crowns. I'm holding up 2.5 crowns. I guess I'll go first. Maybe I was kinder to Donna than I thought. I gave Donna props because I think that there are other Donnas out there that might be a little bit further removed from the content. And I think that if you were somebody that was a Donna, so to speak, you might see yourself in Donna's experience and consider whether or not you want to move forward. I really couldn't give Donna any more than the 2.5 because I don't think that this is a universal issue. I don't think we're going to sway that many people, and it didn't really feel like a 4-star review to me. So for those reasons, I gave the 2.5. Why 1.5, Trey?
Wait, did you say Mamma Mia at the beginning of this?
Donna.
Because that's the lead in Mamma Mia.
Why?
I hate you so severely.
Why? I thought it was so clever. You didn't get it.
It's so on brand for me, and I didn't even get it until now. Okay, so I said 1.5 only because it doesn't make sense. It's 4 stars. I don't think this is really a problem. I also agree, like, there are probably people that don't live in the culture of the context with which these expansion packs are made and the energy with which the people that created this game are leaning into. But I do think that the people that would want to experiment and learn are already in that idea of, like, this maybe wasn't made for me, but I'm 75 and I want to try it. Which would be the energy of, like, well, then I'm going to need a dictionary. Like, it is going to be a mind-expanding experience. But I appreciated Donna's positivity in giving it 4 stars, even though it ultimately felt sort of negative. So that's why I said 1.5, because I appreciated the positive push. But ultimately, I don't think there's much value here, other than, like, it's messed up and funny. But I don't know. I think it's all over the place. So
all right, very fair. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Good review, Trey.
All right, fun. Well... Oh, thank you. Maybe we could play Cards Against Humanity one day.
Oh, I would like that. Let us know if you're interested in playing Cards Against Humanity with the Queens. That could be fun.